Hello everybody, welcome to the channel as I'm resting here. You see the beautiful portrait in the background. I love that thing. It's awesome. But anyways, showtime. See other stuff in the background. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Anyways, also look at this. That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm up to. Hopefully you can see it. I can't tell. I'm looking away. That's where I have the football matchups for the Packers. Right up there. But anyway, sorry about that. But the point is, I just wanted to lay down, rest. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm not sick or I'm not injured. Blessed, blessed the Lord above, not to have had any broken bones. Knock on wood. I'm very lucky with that. I've slipped and fallen and all this other stuff, but I've never broken anything. I got stung by bees. I've had Charlie horses, I guess you can say. Those type of things. Colds. A very bad cold. I've been sick, which is very infrequent. I've only thrown up once in my life. That's just because I overate when I was younger. I don't know. I'm just sharing a little bit about me. Why not? I don't know. I'm just explaining why I'm laying here, just in general, casual reasons, not because of have-to injury, booted up, laying down reasons. But, yeah, I don't think I said that right. But anyways, hope you all are doing well as I check my phone if I have any messages. Hold on. Oh, no, I might not. Let me see here. Alright, let's get to what I'm here for. This is Us Review, the TV show. This is Us. This is Us episode review 5, season 5, episode 5, which felt like I've been waiting a long, long time. Forgot there was a break. But here we go. And that, my friend, is what they call closure. Alright, okay, fine. Great in which Drunk dials Ross to tell her she's over him before tossing her date's phone in an ice bucket. An iconic Friends moment, obviously, so just want to share that. It is also, I imagine, the vibe Kate Pearson carries with her as she walks back to her car after telling off Mark, who she tracked down 20 years after their horribly toxic relationship ended. And although Kate's closure feels like real closure, whereas Rachel's was, well, maybe not. But wow, Kate Pearson is really making some moves for sure, isn't she? I think so. Pretty sure. Excuse me, but anyways. But we are here because other Pearsons are very damaged people. And in the beginning, it seemed as if Kate might be the one suffering the most. But when you look at her track record, she also might be the one doing the most to rectify her situation. Again, this is Us, it's a show that starts at the end and is going backwards in a sense. It's a interesting way of doing the show. So a lot of flash forwards, a lot of rewinds, but I certainly learned a lot and I'm enjoying it for sure. But anyways, back to regularly scheduled review. She cried out during the drumming class, the aerobic class, and that was a moment. She finally scattered her dad's ashes before her wedding, and that was huge for her. And now she is dealing with the emotional trauma she'd been keeping from literally everyone in her life. Does it seem a little high maintenance for Kate and Toby to drive to San Diego after she figures out where Mark works via mutual Facebook friend and Mark's MySpace page? So she can tell him off, sure, but which versus at high maintenance? I mean, even Annie is out there trying to incorporate Little Woman dialogue into everyday life. I'm just saying. High maintenance is just how they are. It's just their way. But that's what Kate feels compelled to do in order to finally be free from the pain she's been carrying around. The woman is naming her demons and casting them out. That's be best for her. We must let her do. And that be what it be. It's cathartic. Cathartic. There, I can speak. It is cathartic to watch as Kate finds that dirtbag who's still working at a record store and talking about how the band he manages is totally about to go break it big and huge, be awesome and all that. Even though they're never going to be, and have loads on him. He, of course, admits their 6-month relationship got intense at times, but doesn't really think about it much. That's when Kate goes off. She was 18, he was 24. She was vulnerable and grieving, and he took advantage of that. You held my self-esteem in your hands, and you decided to crush it. She tells him she let him have power over her for way too long. But now she has the love she deserves, and is letting Mark go. And for that, you almost wish Kate would don a white suit and sing a verse or two of You Don't Own Me, but alas, This Is Us is not that kind of show. So, there you go. Now, hold on. Sorry, just checking to make sure I'm still live here as I'm reading my notes. Or my, well, not just my notes, reading literally my script here for my review. Anyways, moving forward, as I was. Wait, where was I? Oh, there I am. Yeah. The confrontation is extra cathartic because while it's going on, we also watch 18-year-old Kate as she visits Mark before she has her abortion. Just so he can be a dick to her one last time. At least this time, she realizes he's being a dick. She leaves without telling him she's pregnant. And after the abortion, there's one moment when Kate could open up to Rebecca and tell her what's going on, but we watch as she bottles it all up. The start of what will be decades of Kate bearing her emotions. So yes, it is nice to see how Kate feels after she sees Mark again in the present day and lets him go. It's also nice to see her moved on, or see her so moved by the fact that instead of trying to solve her problems for her or treat her like a victim, Toby has simply been supportive. They are in a very good place, which means this is the point in my recap where I remind you all that we still have no idea where Kate is in our flash forward. But we do know she and Toby are no longer together. So what the heck happened? I was thinking, was it divorce, passed away? Just a quick little thing that could be described as something else. I don't know. But something's brewing. It's going to be interesting to find out because, yeah. Key Person isn't the only member of the Big Three making some strides with emotional well-being. And, yeah. Kevin's a disaster, but hey. We're not even talking about Kevin. No, we're talking about Randall. Randall getting a therapist and then finally opening up about how alone he felt growing up as a black man in a white family were some major steps forward and first some major steps forward in his healing process. In this episode, however, we see some of that therapy paying off in a positive way. Randall's still in the colleagues make fun of you with Patty Peck's costumes staged after his accidental striptease video, which, let's be honest, would be a much bigger deal than we're seeing here, especially after people found out the stripping councilman was related to the actual Manny. But anyways, it'd be a shirtless Brothers magazine spread or something, and we would all eat it up because that's the kind of content we deserve during a pandemic, and sure, why not? Anyways, back to the show. Jawan removes fake facts. He's a professional in order to deliver a curious letter that came through their website from a man named who lives in New Orleans and claims to know Randall's birth mother. Well, I was with her when she died in May 2015. It's a date that really throws Randall. If our story is true, that means William's story about how Randall's mother died from an overdose right after he was born was all a lie. It's a scenario Randall can't handle. His first instinct is to ignore it, go for a run, and live in denial because why not? The old Randall would definitely have lived like this, letting the specter of his mother and the thought that William could have been lying haunt him until he had another sliding down the wall while crying back. A breakdown kind of thing. But it's not the old Randall. This is sort of a new, in therapy Randall, a growing better Randall, to be the Randall he's meant to be. At least to me. He eventually calls his therapist, and the doctor reminds Randall why he spent so much of his life searching for his birth parents. Randall wanted to know where he came from, but also he wanted to feel connected to something bigger. Getting to know William helped Randall feel that way. So wouldn't knowing his mother do the same? As Vance tells Randall he's already on the journey, he may as well fully commit to it. That's how it works for therapy. I'm just telling you that right now. And so Randall does. With Beth by his side, he calls Hein. Mercifully, Hein immediately puts Randall out of his misery by assuring him that the story William told Randall about L'Oreal was what William believed was the truth. He didn't know L'Oreal was alive. This was an unbelievable huge relief for Randall, and you know that Sterling K. Brown's single tear comes out. He is a great actor. It's effective every time. Now Randall can focus on learning more about his birth mother. Hein says he wishes he could show Randall the places she lived and the things she loved. Randall and Beth exchange a look, and well, it seems like we're headed to New Orleans. And here is the rest of the story of This Is Us episode. Kevin and Madison are having some issues. Apparently, they didn't really think about how Kevin's work has him gone for long stretches of time. He assumed Madison and their babies would come with him all the time, but that's not the life Madison envisioned for them. She tells him to think over his role in their family while he's in Vancouver for his film shoot. It seems really fast to be headed toward an ultimatum with the situation. Either Kevin has a career or a family. I mean, do we not know what compromise is? But anyways. And also, hey, remember when Madison was weird and goofy and awkward? What happened to that character? No traces of her anymore. It's like she's a whole new person. I mean, the Madison situation reminds Kevin of what eventually ended his and Sophie's relationship, and we learn that after a young, newly married Kevin, fresh off his acting showcase, if you need a timeline reminder, gets the attention of a talent manager who wants him to head to Los Angeles for pilot season. It's Randall who warns him not to. Randall can't fathom anything coming between him and Beth, and he doesn't know how Kevin could leave Sophie. Kevin doesn't take his advice, and well, we all know how that worked out. And a few last things here in the present day, Kevin doesn't want to make the same mistakes again. He wants Randall's advice this time around. He tells his brother that he constantly thinks, what would Randall do? And honestly, Randall's response to this sentiment moved. Moved me, honestly. That's a nice thing to say. That's a nice thing to know, Randall says, tearing up. These two start to make amends. Kevin acknowledges the awful things they yelled at each other not too long ago for, and says he's sorry Randall felt so alone growing up. But they have a long way to go. But it's a good start. And I can't wait until they can hug this one out and move on forward. But we'll see. Time will tell. And Rebecca Pearson's favorite comedy is Airplane and Borat. Discuss if you wish to in the comment section below. But yeah, just obviously share here the view of the episode and the show. It is awesome. The pillow here, it's just awesome. And my mug up here waiting for me to finish doing the show. Oh yeah, and also hey, hashtag COVID-19 protocol. Hand sanitizer at the ready. And we have one down the hallway to the left. Hopefully you guys will see. You know what I mean? We're going in the hall, and we have one when we come in from the garage if we're going out anywhere. Because we care. Along with wearing masks, social distancing, and all that. Because it is best for business. I hope you all are doing well. This country and this world will move forward as it will be a new regime, new president. Not saying all presidents are, any created equal, not all of them are great and all. And, in a 100% way, there were some policies I didn't agree with President Obama, didn't agree with things President Trump pushed through, and I'm sure I won't agree with everything President-elect Biden will do as he's president. So, but I respect it. I respect the office, respect the country, because I love this country. I fought for this country. I always stand by our country. Just like I always stuck by WWE against WCW. I know that doesn't relate, but I'm just saying. But all you fans of This Is Us, it's nice to be back, isn't it? It's nice to have episodes again as we move on in this season. Indeed. Welcome to find me on social media if you wish to. And above all else, as always, take care.